Hey guys, it's Communications, and welcome to my VHS Collection, Part 2. And let's get started, shall we? First off, we have a movie I reviewed for my channel already, The Super, either for this channel or for the OCP TV. I had fun with this movie, and Joe Pesci, enjoyable movie directed by Rod Daniel. Not perfect, but an enjoyable movie. I had fun with it. Short but sweet, enjoyable flick, The Super. I think the DVD is a little bit kind of harder to find nowadays, one of those sort of out-of-print ones, so I'm fine with having the VHS. It's good enough for me, for The Super. Also, I believe this is the VHS that might have the trailer for Back in the USSR, which is a trailer I've been trying to find for the longest time, and a movie I reviewed on my channel, and it wasn't underwhelming and disappointing. It wasn't as good as the trailer. I remember the trailer being. So if the trailer is on here, I definitely need to check that out and rip it and post it on one of my channels. Anyway, this is a super. It's not really a super great movie, but it's an enjoyable flick. So another erotic thriller, Backstab. And that's an affordable price, $2. Some people would probably say $2 too much. Backstab, red-hot passion, cold-blooded murder. One thing leads to the other. One thing leads to the other. He was everything she wanted in a man. Passionate, available, disposable. In the tradition of Fatal Attraction, the sexy thriller delivers riveting suspense and relentless action. James Brolin, the Amityville Horror, stars as an architect whose first one-night stand may be his last. Seduced by a mysterious femme fatale, played by Elizabeth Trouchon, Brolin wakes up to find himself alone, except for the very dead body of his millionaire boss. At his murder trial, his boss's beautiful widow testifies that they've been having an affair for months. No one believes he's never seen her before. No one believes he's been framed. Every witness, every piece of evidence damns him as guilty. Even his own lawyer, Meg Foster. Fostas. Australian for beer. Meg Foster, the Emerald Forest Leviathan, thinks he's lying. To save his life, he's got to prove his innocence. His only chance is finding the woman who set him up. His dangerous and elusive one-night stand. Oh, shit. She's kind of hot, though. I mean, I'd eat that. Don't mind if I do. But, yeah, this is probably a piece of shit. Like, it doesn't even tell me who directed this movie. This cover art doesn't even tell you who directed the movie. Or, the only way you find out who stars in it is on the back, when they tell you it's James Brolin and, Meg Foster and Trouchon, what's her, Isabel Trouchon. So I don't know who the fuck directed this. I don't know when I'm gonna watch this either, but fuck it. It should just be like one of those, like, I don't know, random watches. That's Backstab. I can't. I don't know much to say. Explanations to why I have that. I just do. Cutting Edge. This is actually an old VHS that has been part of my collect. My mom has had this VHS for a while, and this is one romantic comedy I actually don't mind. I think D.B. Sweeney is good in it. Moira Kelly is good. It's a movie about figure skating, and it really isn't as gay as it looks at it as you might think it is. They have good chemistry. It's fun to watch. It's directed by Paul M. Glazer. Terry O'Quinn has a good role in it too as a coach. Roy Dotrice is also in it as well. D.B. Sweeney plays a hockey player, so there's some hockey in it as well. So there is some man shit going on. So he's a former hockey player who couldn't make it in hockey, so there's like a random sort of craziness that occurs that this Olympic coach, Terry O'Quinn, decides that he might be perfect for ice skating, and decides to pair him up with this ice princess played by Moira Kelly, and sparks fly, or romance, you know, blossoms, and a franchise is born. There's a bunch of direct-to-video ABC Family sequels that were made years later after this. But, yeah, I like The Cutting Edge. I'd pick it up on DVD if I saw it cheap enough later. I admit it. I like this movie. Sue me. And, but, yeah. You can see it's a well-worn tape because it's, like, all beat up and shit. But, yeah. I like The Cutting Edge. This movie, I admit it. Somebody even said it. I think it was one of my subscribers. I'm trying to remember exactly who it was that typed that message. I think it was oh god, what's his name? This guy. I'll just look it up to make sure this is who it is who left this message. Because he's totally right. He's totally right about this. You know, I really do that. I mean, I find good titles on VHS. I've some buy some shitty movies. It's just a collector in me, I guess. So excuse me, just making sure I get the guy's name. I can't believe I don't remember this user. This fucking. I can't believe I don't remember it. Like, come on, man. It's been a long time subscriber. It's like, what? Oh, here. I got. I think I. Here it is. Well, here it would be if the comments would just fucking load. Would you load already? Yeah. There we go. Kentucky Concater. I always enjoy your updates. You find some great flicks and some not so great ones. LOL. Yeah, like this. Like 9.5 Ninjas. Yeah, this is one of those not so great ones. I haven't seen it yet, but come on. It calls itself the first erotic martial arts action comedy. Like, those things needed to be put together. Like, if somebody was asking for that. Can an uptight martial artist remain sane and single when he takes on a sexy relationship-minded disciple? Or will her push to hook up be enough to unhinge a ninja? It's that type of movie, folks. As a noble warrior, it's Joe Vogue's duty. Joe Vogue. It's Joe Vogue's duty to fight off villains like the ones pursuing luscious Lisa Thorne. Why is her name normal and this guy's name is like fucking in the fantasy land? Like Joe Vogue. Vogue. Joe Vogue. A ninja named Joe Vogue. God. But ever since becoming her protector and mentor, he's had to fight her off as well. Lisa is bound and determined to be his live-in love. And although Joe is wary of getting tied down, he's getting turned on by the idea of becoming her ninja master. If you know what I mean. The only problem is if he doesn't turn his attention from his assistant to the hoods on their heels, they'll both be learning the meaning of discipline. Assassin style. What the fuck does that mean? Both be learning the meaning of discipline. Assassin style. Like, the fuck? This is assassins or disciplinarians, I guess? An action-packed spoof of a famous sexy film. Okay, so it's a spoof of 9.5 Weeks, but with fucking ninjas? Fuck. 9.5 Ninjas is a combo of martial arts and mayhem that flips the kung fu genre into the realm of tail-kicking comedy. Tail-kicking comedy? God, yeah, just kick me in the ass. This movie's... I guarantee this movie's gonna suck. Oh, Tiny Lister is in this as Cutter. No relation to John Cutter from Passenger 57, but he's in this as Cutter. And a bunch of people I don't know who the fuck they are, like Michael Fenchy and Andy Gray. So I'm guessing Michael Finchy is playing Joe Vogue, the fucking ninja warrior, and Andy Gray is playing the hot chick. Wow, just unbelievable. Yep, that's 9.5 Ninjas. Go from that to Turner and Hooch, Tom Hanks. I definitely need to give this one another look sometime. I remember not being the biggest fan of this movie, but, you know, I'll give it a look sometime. You know, if I ever do, like, some Tom Hanks comedies. Because I really like Tom Hanks comedies. I'm a huge fan of The Money Pit. I really like The Burbs. I also really have fun with The Dragnet. And honestly, I miss that Tom Hanks. I'd like to see that, you know, madcap, zany, comedic Tom Hanks again. I'd love to see that. He's just doing a lot of serious roles, which is great. I understand that. But he started out his career in stuff like Bosom Buddies and with films like Turner and Hooch. And I miss this Tom Hanks. I would love to see him do another movie like this. This type of, you know, comedy sort of movie. Like another movie like The Money Pit or something like that. I really would like to see that. But it seems like ever since The Lady Killers, he just isn't really interested in that. And that's not really the type of comedy that I remember him doing, this kind of thing. So that's Turner and Hooch. So, there's that. Here we have a movie in I Spy with Eddie Murphy and Owen Wilson. This is probably, I could say, maybe the last movie with Eddie Murphy in it that I really honestly enjoyed. I saw this in the drive-in. I think it's partly because I have really good memories of this movie. I saw this in the drive-in with my family, and I really had a good time. And every time I watch it, it just brings back good memories. It's not a perfect movie, not even close. It's not even the funniest movie. But I thought Eddie Murphy and Owen Wilson had some good chemistry. I thought there were some decent action sequences. Definitely had a budget to it. And there were some funny moments and some cool ideas. And I never grew up with the show. I never even watched the show. I think that had Bill Cosby in it. So I can't really be anything about to say much about that. But I think this is a lot better than Starsky and Hutch. At least that's my opinion. But yeah, I Spy. I'll get it on DVD sometime, but I'm okay with the VHS for right now. So that's I Spy. Then you have Weekend at Bernie's, which I recently picked up the DVD of this. So I'll keep it though, as a collector's purpose. And it's an IVE home video release, and I like these, and I probably keep it and rip the trailer sometime off of it. I forgot Ted Kotcheff directed this. The same guy who directed First Blood directed Weekend at Bernie's. Isn't that funny? I mean, that's really kind of, I think that's really curious. One of my favorite comedies of the 80s. It's so stupid and dumb, but it's entertaining. It's a lot of fun. These two guys are great. Jonathan Silverman and Andrew McCarthy have great chemistry, and Terry Kaiser's good. And it's a stupid idea. It's a movie that you would think would never work. It's like a dead guy, and they're making him like a marionette and shit. It's like making him act like the dead guy's alive. I mean, this is stupid. There's no way it's gonna work, but it does. It ends up working really well. It's really enjoyable and fun to watch. And it really should honestly be kind of morbid and not fun to watch, but it is. That's Weekend at Bernie's. The sequel is a piece of shit, but I can still watch it though for some reason. It sucks, but I can watch the sequel. Here's a good comedy, What About Bob? I reviewed this before. Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss, classic movie. You know, what? Leave? He'll never leave! What? Is this some kind of radical new therapy? Bill Murray is great in this. And like every time I hear somebody say the term baby steps, I think of this movie. Baby steps down the stairs. Baby steps to the elevator. Baby steps. And of course his t-shirt, don't hassle me, I'm local. It's just a fun movie. Great casting. Richard Dreyfuss is great in the role as the psychiatrist. Bill Murray is is classic. In classic form is Bob Wiley. It's a great, it's kind of pretty much a dark comedy. It's a good dark comedy written by Frank Oz. Enjoyable movie, the good cast and fun message and premise, and really, really enjoyable flick. I definitely one of my favorite Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy? What? One of my favorite Bill Murray movies. Excuse me. You're getting extra entertainment here because I'm out of it for some reason. Duh! Fucking Eddie Murphy, man. And what am I gonna fuck up next? Anyway, here's the next one. Suspicious Minds. This is a Gary Busey film, as you can see. Gary Busey and Patrick Bergin and Jane Heitmeyer. The only thing greater than her passion is her greed. Private Detective Jack Ramsey, played by Patrick Bergin, is hired to follow Isabel, played by Jane Heitmeyer, a chick actress I've never heard of. The beautiful but unfaithful wife of millionaire industrialist Richard Whitmore, played by Daniel Pylon. Don't know who the fuck that guy is either. When her lover is found murdered, Jack suspects Richard. But money talks, and Jack is persuaded to redirect an investigation of the murder to focus on the radical Vic Mulvey, played by Gary Busey, who's trying to extort thousands of dollars from Whitmore's company. As Jack works the case, he continues to encounter Isabel. He is uncontrollably drawn to her, and they begin a passionate affair. Soon things begin to spin wildly out of control for the two lovers when the bodies begin to mysteriously turn up dead. We don't know what bodies they are, but just bodies. Just random bodies. Just turn up dead. Don't do that, just bodies. No one is safe and everyone is suspect, including Jack, Isabel, and Vic Mulvey, who will be the next to die. The audience? Sounds like a generic, boring-ass, erotic thriller. Once again, just for the collection, and I gotta be honest, this genre sucks. The plot is always just an excuse to show some tits. That's it. Go from that to Courage Under Fire. This was randomness. That's the way I like it, though. I like it random. This is a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I remember having good performances. Denzel Washington, Meg Ryan. But it's been a long time since I've seen this movie. So I don't remember that much about it. But Denzel Washington and Meg Ryan star in this powerful look at the political maneuverings of war and the personal toll it takes on the men and women who fight for their country. When Lieutenant Colonel Nathaniel Sterling, played by Denzel Washington, accidentally orders an attack on one of his own tanks, he's temporarily sent home from the Gulf War to await an investigation into his conduct. Asked to review the posthumous candidacy of the first woman, Ryan, to receive a Medal of Honor, he finds himself plunged into an apparent cover-up surrounding the actions that led to her death. With time running out, he must not only cover the truth, but confront the demons that torment him about his own actions during the war. Lou Diamond Phillips, Michael Moriarty, and Scott Glenn also co-star in this intelligent moving and contemporary drama. Directed by Edward Zwick, who I believe is... that guy directed like a bunch of comedies, if I remember correctly. And also Bronson Pinchot is also in it as well. Remember being like one of the earlier big breakout roles for Denzel Washington. So, oh yeah, Edward Zwick, he directed Glory as well. Which is a good movie. He also did Legends of the Fall, but I don't give a shit about Legends of the Fall. But that's Courage Under Fire. Here we have Scarface 2-pack VHS. I have the DVD now, so I don't know. It's not really taking up too much space. It's still Scarface. So, and it's also a movie that, to be honest, I have not seen all the way through. I know, what? Scarface? What the fuck? You need to watch that. I will. That and Carlito's Way, I'll finally watch. I'll finally watch both movies all the way through eventually. But this is the 2-pack. This is how you were able to watch Scarface originally on VHS, was on 2 VHS tapes. Yeah. Because it's a 2 hour and 50-minute long movie. And so they'd split it into 2 parts on VHS. I don't know how many parts, how many discs the Laserdisc had. Had to have a shit ton of them. Here's Scissors, film starring Sharon Stone. Yeah, the way that the scratches are on this case make it look like she has a mustache or something. Clean that up. It's like she has fucking. That doesn't look good. You have a little something on your face, ma'am. You might want to get a caulking gun, because it's not going to get it out. That's okay. It's better. Scissors. It's early Sharon Stone role. Steve Railsback is also in it, as well as Michelle Phillips and Ronnie Cox. Angie's about to step over the edge. All she needs is a little help. Excuse for the camera and fucking doing stupid shit. Sharon Stone is electrifying as a woman driven to the edge of insanity in this taut psychological thriller from Frank D. Falletta, the director of Audrey Rose. Stone plays Angie Anderson, a beautiful but an emotionally fragile woman living alone in the big city. When she is attacked by her apartment building. No, that's not what happens. That's a different movie. That's Apartment 1303. Apartments don't kill people. People kill people. Seriously, that's a real movie, Apartment 1303 with Misha Barton, and that line is a real line that's in the movie's trailer. Not kidding, I'm not cheating you. That's a recent movie, folks. That was greenlit and made and actually had a budget behind it with that line of dialogue. Apartments don't kill people. People kill people. Anyway, back on track. God, I'm just a big fuck up right now. So when she's attacked in her apartment building, not by her apartment building, she manages to thwart her assailant by stabbing him with a pair of scissors, but not before he vows to return. Angie's emotional state begins to weaken as she's overwhelmed by fears, real and imagined. A handsome neighbor, played by Steve Railsback, and an esteemed psychologist, played by Ronnie Cox, seem to want to help, but someone is leading Angie into a nightmare of madness and terror, and a final confrontation with her worst long-repressed fear. Also starring Michelle Phillips. This is a 1990 film. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being pretty decent, actually, for a thriller. It's had a good cast, and it's a movie not very many people talk about. So that's Scissors. Here's James Clavell's Shogun, but it's not, I don't think it's the entire miniseries. It's the condensed 2-hour feature-length version of the miniseries, which, okay, that's fine. Probably just cover everything that needs to be covered and everything. It was cheap, and, it's got Richard Chamberlain in it, Toshiro Mifune, Yoko Shimada. A modern masterpiece set against the magnificent background of feudal Japan, Shogun stars the charismatic Richard Chamberlain and Toshiro Mifune. This is a special 2-hour feature-length version of the landmark television miniseries. Chamberlain plays Blackthorn, a shipwrecked English navigator who becomes a samurai. Mifune is Toranga, the powerful warlord driven to become the shogun, supreme military dictator. Yoko Shimada plays Mariko, Blackthorn's interpreter and ill-fated lover, based on the best-selling James Clavell novel. That synopsis isn't even a synopsis. It doesn't do jack shit to explain jack shit of anything about this. It just assumes that you've already seen the miniseries or you've read the novel, which I haven't done either. So I'll give this a look sometime. But yeah, Shogun. I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyway, here's another one. Gotham, starring Tommy Lee Jones and Virginia Madsen. This is a movie, like, when I first saw the title when I was a kid, I was like, Gotham? Is this like a DC Comics movie? Is this like a movie just about Gotham City? No, it's not about Gotham City. Because Gotham is also another term for New York. It's funny, Tommy Lee Jones is a movie called Gotham, and then later on he'd be Two-Face, one of the villains of Gotham City, in Batman Forever. Emmy Award winner Tommy Lee Jones and sensational screen beauty Virginia Madsen are caught up in an unearthly web of supernatural suspense in the stylish, electrifying film noir thriller. Even for down-and-out gumshoe Eddie Millard, Tommy Lee Jones, the case looked like a sure thing. Find his wealthy client's ex-wife and tell her to lay off the guy. Catch? The woman has been stone cold dead for the past 10 years. What's worse, when Eddie finally meets up with the ravishing and very dead Mrs. Rand, he finds himself falling obsessively in love with a ghost. Gotham is deliciously eerie, erotically supercharged mystery. Sounds interesting, but at the same time, pretty fucked up. It's a 1988 film. She's dead! Tommy Lee Jones is falling in love with a ghost. He's gonna fuck a ghost in this movie. Probably doesn't bang the ghost. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what to say. There might be some ghost fucking in Gotham. I don't know. There might be some ghost fucking. Anyway, over from that to another randomness, Without a Paddle, a comedy I enjoy. I know a lot of people seem to say it's like one of the worst ever. I disagree. I think it's an enjoyable comedy. The sequel is 10 times worse than this. Seth Green, Matthew Lillard, and Dax Shepard, I think all have great chemistry. They're fun guys. They're good together. Burt Reynolds has a fun cameo. I thought it was just an enjoyable, fun movie. Outrageous and zany is definitely right. Seth Green, Matthew Lillard, and Dax Shepard star in this offbeat comedy as childhood friends whose lives had drifted apart but must reunite following the sudden death of a fourth friend. The trio finds out that he was hot on the trail of a $200,000 that vanished with a real-life airplane hijacker, D.B. Cooper, in 1971. After discovering a map left behind, they decide to follow its course to claim the loot. They soon run into a few things that their friend hadn't planned on, including backwoods pot farmers with itchy trigger fingers, a beautiful tree-living hippies, and a bear with a maternal instinct that knows no bounds. Also starring hilarious Burt Reynolds, Without a Paddle proves that it's better to be down a river than up a creek. So yeah, Stephen Brill, the Watch Mojo list of worst directors included this film, like, as reasoning why Stephen Brill is like one of the worst directors ever. And I was like, it's not one of his worst films. It's actually one of his better movies. Without a Paddle. Even though I like that comedy, this is a classic. Tootsie. And trying to get the special edition. This is a movie that is just a really well-made film. It's great. Yeah, it's a cross-dressing movie. So what? Dustin Hoffman is fantastic in this. Bill Murray has a good, funny cameo in it. Jessica Lange is hot. As usual, Dabney Coleman is good. It's well directed by Sidney Pollack. A really solid screenplay by Larry Gelbart and Maurice Gall. It's a classic movie. It's an 80s classic. It's a very memorable movie. Dustin Hoffman makes it work. He makes it watchable. He makes it fun. He makes it entertaining. Yeah, I would say I prefer this over Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire is good, but no, I've really always enjoyed Tootsie. I really do. And I'm not afraid to say it. It's an excellent movie. It's a great film. This marvelously funny movie stars Dustin Hoffman as an out-of-work actor who makes himself up as a woman to get a job. Nobody will hire brash Michael Dorsey, played by Dustin Hoffman, because he's antagonized every producer in New York. When his girlfriend Sandy, Terry Garr, fails an audition for a soap opera, Michael dresses up as Dorothy Michaels and lands the part. Michael's fellow conspirators are his agent, George, played by director Sidney Pollack, and his roommate, Jeff, played by Bill Murray. All goes well until Dorothy falls in love with the beautiful co-star, Julie, Jessica Lange, and Julie's father, Les, Charles Durning, falls for Dorothy. One of the most popular comedies of all time, Tootsie won the Jessica Lange an Academy Award as Best Supporting Actress. She did a good job, Jessica Lange. And, thoroughly enjoy this movie. It's a classic. Tootsie. So, that's Tootsie. Here's another movie. Dudley Do Right. As you can see faint. Yeah, my name on it. I really liked this movie as a kid. I did. I really enjoyed this movie as a kid. As an adult, no. This movie is shitty. This movie is terrible. The movie is not even zany entertainment. It's not even entertaining. It's just god-awful. It's so stupid. Like, it's something that a little kid would like. Yeah, but as an adult, no. This is definitely one of those movies that I used to watch a lot as a kid and really enjoyed, and as an adult, I can't fucking stand. I don't even want to touch this thing. Like, just... it's like... He's gonna burn me. Just... That movie's fucking terrible. So go from that one to another lame comedy, Wagons East, John Candy, Richard Lewis movie. This is the last film, sadly, that John Candy was in. He didn't even finish the movie. He passed away before he was able to finish it. And it's really not that great. Even the moments that John Candy is in it aren't really that funny, and that's not really his fault. I think it's a screenplay. It's another film that Carlico did that absolutely tanked. Richard Lewis, I don't really care for his shtick. Yeah, just really lame comedy. I don't have much to say about Wagons East. It's just, they even mentioned Blazing Saddles. It's not like Blazing Saddles at all. It's like nowhere near as good as that movie. It's a lame movie, and just really not John Candy's career. You know, John Candy goes out with a whimper instead of a bang, like he should. You know, he's an excellent comedian, an excellent actor, and is a great guy, and he'll be missed. And it just sucks that his last movie he did before he died was that. But then again, that seems to be sort of a trend with the fat funny guys, because Chris Farley's last movie is another lame period piece comedy, Almost Heroes, which is better than Wagons East, though. I can watch Almost Heroes over Wagons East. Wagons East, I just thought was boring and just wasn't that funny. Another movie, Balboa. No relation to Rocky Balboa. Well, it stars Tony Curtis and Carol Lindley, Steve Canale and Chuck Connors. It's probably some TV movie. Oh, the glitter of Dynasty, yeah. Oh, the power plays of Dallas, ha! And the passion of Falcon Crest. Explode into the steamiest tale of wealth and intrigue ever, Balboa. Balboa is a place where power and wealth dictate what is right and what is wrong, where an insatiable lust for the best that money can buy drives people to insanity. Stunning cast of notables including Tony Curtis, Carol Lindley, Steve Canale from Dallas, Cassandra Peterson, Elvira, okay, and Chuck Connors portray the power brokers, backstabbers, and social aristocrats who play at their fantasies in the exotic sun-drenched locale of Balboa Island. Ernie Stoddard, Tony Curtis, is the rich and powerful patriarch of Balboa society. Everyone is either out to destroy him or devoted to him for financial reasons. This beautiful Cindy Dern, whose grandfather lost his fortune to the double-dealing Ernie Stoddard, and Angie Stoddard, Ernie's vengeful ex-wife, are the two most determined to destroy him. Money, power, love, and excitement can all be had and lost in a moment in Balboa. Yeah, extra on release. Holy shit! Ah! Did you see that? It just popped off. It was just like, that just scared the shit out of me. It was just like, somebody had like a slow-mo just... Ah! Ah! Oh my god. This is Balboa. Oh my god. Wow. Scared by a fucking VHS, scared by a fucking VHS label. Jesus. There's a Rising Sun with Brian Dennehy. This is, I think, another TV movie or direct-to-video flick. I like Brian Dennehy. Some decent reviews you can see here. And Piper Laurie's also in it, as well as Matt Damon, introducing Matt Damon. This actually might be one of, if not Matt Damon's first film. Piper Laurie's also in it, as well as Emily Longstreth and Ving Rhames. And Someone Gave Away the Future. Gus Wants to Take It Back. Powerful performances by Brian Dennehy and Piper Laurie, and hot newcomer Matt Damon makes this film explosive, remarkable, and a job well done by all. Entertainment Weekly. Gus Robinson loves three things: his job, family, and country. But suddenly he's losing all three. When his factory shuts down, Gus faces employment. It's a time of change for his wife Martha and son Charlie as they reassess a world Gus barely recognizes. But through the nightmare, one dream they cannot take away from him. The reason he will continue to fight. His son Charlie. So, yeah, I'll give it a look sometime. I like Brian Dennehy. He's got some good reviews. So, yeah, that's Rising the Sun. It's another classic Bill Murray comedy, and one of my all-time favorite Bill Murray movies. Got it right this time. Groundhog Day. I just picked up the DVD recently too, so, you know, I can probably get rid of this, but it's not really taking up that much space, and it's Groundhog Day. Really great film. Classic. Great. I mean, really wonderful screenplay by Danny Rubin and Harold Ramis. Directed by Harold Ramis. Definitely one of my favorite films he's directed. Really cool idea. Great performance by Bill Murray. Did you ever have deja vu? Didn't you just ask me that? Bill Murray is at his wisecracking best in this riotous romantic comedy about a weatherman caught in a personal time warp on the worst day of his life. Teamed with a relentlessly cheery producer, Andy McDowell, and a smart-aleck cameraman, Chris Elliott, TV weatherman Phil Connors, Bill Murray is sent to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania to cover the annual Groundhog Day festivities. But on his way out of town, Phil is caught in a giant blizzard, which he failed to predict, and finds himself stuck in small-town hell. Just when things couldn't get worse, they get worse. Phil wakes the next morning to find his Groundhog Day all over again, and again, and again. Cheered by critics as Bill Murray's best movie ever, Groundhog Day is a comic time warp anyone should be happy to get stuck in. It is a great film. It's an excellent movie. There's not much more I can say about Groundhog Day. It's already been said by critics and audiences alike. Excellent film. Here is The Martian Chronicles, Volume 1. I think I have Volume 2 somewhere. If I don't, try to find Volumes 2 and 3 some other time. Anyways, The Martian Chronicles is based on Ray Bradbury. I think it was Ray Bradbury's The Martian Chronicles novels that he did. Destination Mars. It is the year 1999, and Earth faces its inevitable extinction. That didn't happen. 3 star-crossed expeditions are launched towards Mars. The fate of each mission unveils another layer of the mystery that surrounds the red planet. In the forthcoming volumes, 2, The Settlers, starring Rock Hudson, Roddy McDowall, and Darren McGavin, and 3, The Martian, starring Rock Hudson, Bernadette Peters, and Christopher McConnelly, man begins his colonization of Mars and searches for the last vestiges of Martian civilization. It does not help me know anything about what part 1 is about. Okay. Oh, Spider-Man's in this. Nicholas Hammond. I remember Nicholas Hammond from the 70s Spider-Man TV series. He played Peter Parker. He played Spider-Man. Nicholas Hammond. Spider-Man is in this. Bernie Casey is also in it. Rock Hudson. The Martian Chronicles. Volume 1. I know I did not pay $5 for this. Then you have The River with Sissy Spacek and Mel Gibson. Interesting flick. I remember just being way too long. It's like 2 hours and 4 minutes. It's over long, and it's basically a drama that takes place around the time of a flood. This emotionally charged film celebrates the triumph of a young rural couple as they face nature's greatest ravages, the threat of poverty and enriching separation. Sissy Spacek, Mel Gibson, and Scott Glenn star in this moving tribute to love, faith, determination, and vanishing America of the independent farm family. Tom and May Garvey, Gibson, and Spacek are struggling to keep their homestead safe from the local power authority who want to flood their land. When May's former beau, Joe Wade, Scott Glenn, turns out to be in charge of the plan to acquire the property, tensions run high, climaxing in a devastating confrontation on the flooded riverbanks. Directed by On Golden Pond's Mark Rydell, the river features a magnificent location photography by Vilmos Sigismond and an outstanding score by John Williams. I agree the score is good. And it's just, it's a good drama. It's just not my favorite genre, I guess. And I was really shocked that this had a novelization. I have the novelization of this. I was really surprised that this movie got a novelization of all things. There's some movies that didn't even get a novelization, but this one got one. Leviathan didn't get a novelization, but The River got one. I don't understand that, but yeah, definitely a movie not every people talk about. The River. Some good performances though. So there's that, and then here's 6 Degrees of Separation, one of Will Smith's earliest roles. I think this is his first film role. It's got Stockard Channing in it as well, and Donald Sutherland. Kind of like Fresh Prince, sort of the plot, really. When Manhattan art dealers Louisa and Fan Kitteridge, Oscar nominees Stockard Channing and Donald Sutherland, open their door to a young man who's been stabbed and mugged in Central Park, their world is drastically changed forever. Claiming to be a friend of their children, Paul, played by Will Smith, enchants his host with tales of being the son of Sidney Poitier, and impresses them with his gourmet cooking and even offers them small roles in his father's movie version of Cats. But as Paul kindly coasts his way into the Kittredge's lives, he leaves them with a lasting impression, one that offers him much more than this ultimate antidote for good cocktails conversation. A brilliantly comical script adapted by John Guare from his critically acclaimed stage play, a masterful direction from Fred Shepsey, directed Roxanne with Steve Martin, make this witty social satire a rich, challenging treat. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll give it a look somewhere. It's got some good reviews, so I like Will Smith. It's one of his earliest roles. Then we have Awakenings, a great drama with Robert De Niro and Robin Williams, based on a true story. Robert De Niro in an Oscar-nominated performance, and Robin Williams star in this powerful true story of a maverick doctor and the patients whose lives he changes. Williams plays Dr. Malcolm Sayer, a shy research physician who uses an experimental drug to awaken the catatonic victims of a rare disease. De Niro co-stars as Leonard, the first patient to receive the controversial treatment. His awakening, filled with awe and enthusiasm, proves a rebirth for Sawyer too, as an exuberant patient reveals life's simple but unutterably sweet pleasures to the introverted doctor. Encouraged by Leonard's stunning recovery, Sayer administers the drug to the other patients. The story of their friendship during this emotional journey is a testament of both the tenderness of the human heart and the strength of the human soul. Directed by Penny Marshall, she did a great job. It's a sad movie, though. It is a sad movie. It's a sad movie, but it's a great film. And definitely one of my favorite genres. Genres. Not really one of my favorite genres, the drama, but one of my favorite films of the genre. One of my favorite dramas is Awakenings. I think it's a really well-made film. Robin Williams is great. Robert De Niro is good. And you don't hear a lot of people talking about this lately either. Awakenings. They should be talking more about this movie. So there's that, and I'll end part 2 with The Crying Game. It's the other chick with the dick movie. The first one was Sleepaway Camp, and then the sequel was The Crying Game. The Crying Game. Oh my god. She's got a dick. That's pretty much. That's The Crying Game, folks. Crying Game is an unpredictable, unconventional, multi-Oscar nominated masterpiece that has become the sleeper hit of the year. Starring Stephen Ray and Miranda Richardson as Irish terrorists. Forrest Whitaker as our hostage and Jay Davidson as Whitaker's exotic girlfriend. And the film is a haunting, humorous, and shocking romantic thriller. Never has a motion picture undermined viewer expectations so thoroughly and enjoyably. Written by Neil Jordan. It stars the actor? I'm trying. Jay Davidson as the main femme, but not really. You know, this is a movie that was like huge when it came out, but like nowadays, like barely nobody talks about this movie. And pretty much the whole main thing was it's a dude who looks like a lady. Jay Davidson, who I didn't remember him. I didn't even know what The Crying Game was. And pretty much this is another thing one of the titles I think I inherited from my aunt's collection. I didn't buy this. At least I don't remember buying it. Fuck it, I could have. I bought shit like fucking Balboa and 9.5 Ninjas, so could have bought The Crying Game. Forgotten about it. But I haven't seen it. I'll see what the fuss is all about sometime later, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it sounds like a great movie to me. And pretty much the whole suspense is gone. Everybody knows what the whole surprise is. It's a shit. The chick is a dude. It's The Crying Game. And it was a huge joke. Because we would use The Crying Game as the whole thing. Like, oh, damn it, she had a dick. Oh, it's The Crying Game. And, but yeah, Jay Davidson, I remember him more as the bad guy as Raw and Stargate. Like, when I saw, like, the credits in Stargate said, Jay Davidson from The Crying Game. I'm like, what the fuck is a crying game? And it's like, now I figure out what The Crying Game is. The movie everyone is talking about, but no one is giving away its secrets. Bullshit. Everyone gave away this movie's secrets when it came out. Like, word of mouth. It's like, dude, that's the movie with the chick with the dick. That's bullshit. That's a stupid tagline. Every movie everyone's talking about, no one's getting... Bullshit. Everyone gave away this movie's fucking secrets. That's one of the worst taglines ever. Doesn't even sell the movie. Well, everyone is talking about, but no one is giving away its secrets. Bullshit, my dick. Anyway, thanks for watching part 2 of my VHS collection. Stay tuned for part 3, 4, and 5, and however many parts it takes to show you guys my full collection. And hope you guys enjoyed. Just making sure I didn't forget to show anything. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. See ya.